Hey guys, welcome to Comments on Screen. I'm your host Chris, and today we got some more TV news. I just did a video about Supergirl getting a season 2 and moving to the CW, which is some good news for Supergirl fans. However, now I'm going to be reporting on some bad news for Agent Carter fans. Hopefully this doesn't come as a total shock for you. Hopefully you've seen the writing on the wall, but Agent Carter has been canceled at ABC. And there's going to be a lot of ABC viewers who are upset, not just Agent Carter viewers, because that network is really slashing. I think half their shows are now canceled. This has a lot to do with the fact that I think it was reported yesterday that Disney company projected a loss in their estimates, and mainly because of their TV division, especially ABC, who really have been affected by a lot of their shows just kind of being average in the ratings or being lower than average. Even one of their two big shows last year, Scandal and How to Get Away with Murder, have really gone down in the ratings. And Agent Carter kind of miraculously got a second season last year. They made some changes to the show. They were moving from New York to Los Angeles. It was going to be a different style for the show. And I have to say, I haven't watched season 2. I saw some of the first episode, and I just really wasn't into it. And from what I've heard about season 2 is a lot of negative things. I heard from a lot of people that they really didn't like where season 2 went, and you can definitely tell in the ratings. They really fell even from the ratings from last year. Even with last year had 8 episodes, this year had 10, and it was kind of ridiculous in the scheduling because I think there were at least 3 or 4 nights where they were, doubling up on the episodes. They were making, 2-hour episodes so that they could finish the season in time for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. to come back. And I just, it was really, the writing was really on the wall, especially the fact that Haley Atwell went and got a job on another ABC show, Conviction, which was actually ordered to series today as well. And it would be really difficult to find a way for her to both do that new show and to do Agent Carter, since it's not like a guest spot. She's not a recurring character. She's the main character in both shows. And it's also unfortunate because what I've heard is that season 2 ended on a cliffhanger with one of the main characters being killed off, and then the idea is that the third season of the show would revolve around, resolving that mystery. And now that's kind of gone. It also affects the storytelling of the overall MCU with Peggy, because the idea is that Agent Carter the show was basically a prequel to that one shot where she's called up from the SSR by Howard Stark with Dum Dum Dugan, and she becomes a big player with S.H.I.E.L.D. Now we really don't know how she goes from where she is in season 2 to to that point, and the fact that it leaves on a cliffhanger. Disney could always bring those one shots back, and they could, sort of be like, oh, okay, well, this is what happened, this is how we clean it up, all those things. But a third season was really unlikely, and I think that was told, especially when Haley went and got another job. I mean, I think she knew at that point that Agent Carter wasn't coming back, unfortunately. And now it seems, if anyone is, I don't want to say that, but if anyone has seen Civil War, it seems that, Peggy's story is kind of tied up in the modern age of the MCU as well. So unfortunately, the show's canceled. If you're a fan of Haley Atwell, you can see her on her new show on ABC. She's keeping it in the ABC Disney family. And hopefully there will be some kind of a one-shot, a TV movie. I think the lowest thing that you can hope for is, Marvel will put out one of their comics to sort of tie up what happens to Peggy, but there will be no Agent Carter season 3. There will be an Agents of Shield season 4, and Agents of Shield in season 2 had a flashback sequence with Peggy. So maybe they could do that again. Maybe they could have a flashback scene that involves something that they're doing that they can tie into Peggy, and they can wrap up the story that way. I'm having flashbacks of when X-Files did this. The guy, Chris Carter, who was showrunning X-Files, also was showrunning another show called Millennium. Millennium ended up getting canceled, so they did an episode of X-Files in which they were able to close out the storyline, or even this season of Arrow, which had Constantine show up. But again, I think the problem is that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. takes place in modern times, and Agent Carter took place in the 40s. So maybe we can get a flashback, and I think Haley would be able to do that because it's not like she's going to play a main role. She's just going to, be a guest star in a couple flashbacks. I have no idea. Hopefully Disney will give the Agent Carter fans something. Like I said, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is renewed for season 4. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. also has this spin-off show that they were going to do called Most Wanted, with Mockingbird and Lance Hunter, and I have always assumed that Most Wanted was going to take the place of Agent Carter when Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. does their hiatus. But considering the losses that ABC had, and considering that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. really doesn't get good ratings either, it'll be really, really interesting to see if ABC decides to pick that up, or if they decide not to pick it up, and then the show has to introduce those characters back into their show. So a lot of crazy stuff happening at ABC. But yeah, Agent Carter canceled. So that's it for today. You can also check out my video where I talk about Supergirl Season 2 getting renewed and also moving to the CW. And if there's any news on whether or not ABC is going to pick up Most Wanted, I will definitely bring you that. So if you guys like this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.